And is this fine? So yeah, it's working. So so I have finished my own work today. So I'm recording this episode after my work. Well, I came back to my own residence, and now I'm creating this episode. And so hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Back to Live podcast version, and this time I'm going to finish this episode for really a short time. I think not I think, but actually that finishing this episode for a short time is my plan. And so anyway, let me tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. The title is I love tits, you love tits, we love tits, and the conclusion is the article Big Tits Are Worst Totals is now uploaded. So I created an article, and the title of that article is Big Tits Are Worst Totals. And so why I created this article, or this written content is I have an episode of podcast, and the title of that episode is Big Tits Are Worst Totals, and that episode was becoming popular. So which is why that episode of podcast is what I'm talking about, and that episode was becoming popular, which is why I created the written version for this episode. And anyway, so I'd like to correct some things anyway. I'd like to anyway. So there are some points, or there are some things I need to correct about the episode of this podcast anyway. So wait a moment, please. So anyway, first of all, so if you'd like to take a look at, or if you'd like to read the article I created this time, so please access the description column of this episode. So the description column of this episode is what I'd like you to look at, and so that you can find us a link of that written article I created this time. And so taking a look at that written article, so I wrote the corrected points. I wrote the corrected points I'd like to correct this time. So anyway, so I'm sorry for my confusing manner of speaking English language. Anyway, I'm a native speaker of English language, and this time, so I should read aloud these points to correct. Anyway, so this written article has additional and corrected stuff which is inconsistent with what I speak out in the episode of podcast embedded above. So this time I embedded an episode of podcast corresponding with this written content, and so which is why you can enjoy the content of this article by listening that podcast, by listening that episode, not this episode, but there's another episode I created in the past, and anyway, this time I created the written version. And another stuff is, so this is the main point to correct, and I mistakenly pronounced tits and tits job, and I pronounced the tights and tights job respectively, but actually those tights and tights job are wrong pronunciations, which is why the correct pronunciation of tits and tits job are tits and tits job anyway. And they mean tits means women's breasts. What tits means the breasts of women, and tits job is tits job, which means so when busty ladies jack penises, they in the case of tits job, they use their own breasts, their own huge breasts to jack or to stroke the penis of their own sexual male partners. And another stuff to correct is I mistakenly pronounced I mistakenly used the word sewage, but actually the correct one was sewer, and sewage is a waste, and sewer is a system flowing sewage. And anyway, so such a thing is written in the beginning of the written content. And anyway, so so how should I say, that's all actually this time. So I'd like to, so it's late at night, so which is why I'm thinking of finishing this episode. So if you'd like to take a look at anyway, if you'd like to read that article I created this time, or if you'd like to the content I created this time, so please take a look at the description column of this episode so that you can find us that written article, or you can find us link of that written content I created this time. And should I tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode? So the title is I love tits, you love tits, we love tits. And the conclusion is the article Big Tits Are Worst Dolls is now uploaded. So anyway, so the article is one of the contents of Medium. So please take a, and anyway, so if you are a member of Medium, so you can freely read that article. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.